Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing a Danger Kaiju Invoked deck. Okay? Now, I kid you not, this deck is not fun. Okay? It's very powerful. Okay? It's fun for you, not fun for the opponent, because it's actually super fun to play this. Because you just like dangers, effects, and stuff. Like you always just interrupted Kaiju and nuke the opponent's board. Let's just get into this quickly. Okay? This deck, I've seen it online once. Okay? Once, and then I haven't seen it any more times. Um, the guy actually removed the video, so I can no longer like give him credit. So I actually forgot the YouTuber's name. I've seen this like I think a year ago. Anyway, so I haven't seen the invoked engine in it. Now, this deck, the main purpose of the deck is to attack for game. It's an OTK, but it OTK is with a lot of consistency. With that's actually funny. Okay, so first of all, let's just get into it. Okay, three Alistair, three Alistair. This is your hand trap hand trap bait. Okay, you don't care for the Mekaba. You care to just get that Ash out. If he doesn't Ash, if he doesn't Veiler, if he doesn't Imperm, then you're fine. Just just bring out Mekaba and get Nibiru protection. It's even better. Then next up, there's Brow Huntsman of the Dark World. Okay, Brow is not once per turn. When it's discarded, draw one card. Simply. So every time you discard him via a danger effect, instead of drawing one for the danger, you draw two. Okay, so that's not fun. Okay, you just pot of greed and pot of greed and pot of greed and just continue to swarm the field with level 8s, and then just exceeds, and the opponent's dead because you got like 3k beat sticks and one 9k beat stick, and you removed his entire board via interrupted Kaiju Slumber, or via Kaijus, or via Danger Bigfoot. So like there's many ways to get rid of the opponent right here. Also, the reason I'm not doing this in real life is because I don't have Brow and I don't have what is it? I don't have two Doggerons. So yeah, continuing, we have three Bigfoot. Okay, those three Bigfoot are very useful. Like every single danger deck, you play three Bigfoot because when this card is discarded, you pop a face-up card. It's a level 8. It's 3k attack, the highest attack of any danger. So it's very powerful. Chupacabra. You play two Chupacabra and not one because this deck sends many dangers to grave. Or like you end up with many dangers in grave. So if you draw Chupacabra and you discard it, you'll be able to bring back a level 8. So that's even more advantage. 3 Mothman. Because the draw and discard effect is very powerful. You draw one card, then you're able to discard any of, like, let's say you discard the Shadowlord Beast to draw one card, you discard Brow to draw another card. Or you discard Bigfoot to pop a card, you discard Thunderbird to pop a card, you discard Jackalope to special summon, you discard Tsuchi to special summon. Like that's very powerful. You discard Nessie to search. There's many things to do here. Then they're saying Nessie might get unlimited. So yeah, moving on to Nessie. If Nessie gets unlimited, then you're gonna take out a Mothman and place Nessie instead. Okay, because you don't play any rank 4s in here. So Mothman and Chupacabra, you won't be able to go into any Xyz plays with them. I removed the last rank 4 for the Secure Garden and Almirage because you need to be able to go invoked. So yeah. 2 Nessie because 2 Nessie, and 2 Ogopogo. The reason I'm not playing 3 Ogopogo is because 3 is too much. Its second effect is useless, so you might as well just play 2. And you don't want to end up with too many dangers. You need dangers. You want to also draw the spells, not invocation though, or magical meltdown. You just want to draw the rest. Okay. If I sound a little weird today, it's because I have a bit of a cold. So yeah, that's it. 3 Thunderbird because the pop effect is very useful. If your opponent has any back row you're scared of, you can pop it. And also the fact that it's a level 8, just broken. Danger Jackalope. If Jackalope comes back to 2, then this deck is definitely gonna move up to at least tier 2 or 3. Because this deck is absolutely broken. This deck beats Sky Strikers, doesn't let them move, okay, because you kaiju everything they do. And this deck beats Virtual World because, let's just get real here. Oh, they have a Caliga? No. Oh, they have a Final Sigma? No. Shenshen? No. Simply, you don't let anyone do anything. The reason this is not meta is because there's stuff to counter it, okay? but people don't usually main those stuff. So that's that. Tsuchinoko, very very powerful because free special summon, free link body, very powerful. Now moving on to the Kaijus, 2 Dogoran. In my real life deck, I'm only gonna play 1 Dogoran because I'm not gonna actually bother and find 2. So I'm just gonna play 1 Dogoran and 3 Gadarla. But if you have them, play 2 Dogoran and 2 Gadarla because they're both level 8s and you need diversity. You need to be able to special some different ones. 3 Gemesiel because it's the best Kaiju out there, lowest attack and level 8. So what better do you need? One last monster is Shadow Beast. If this card gets discarded, you draw 1 card. Done. Like, the reason you don't play 3 Shadow Beast or 2, because Shadow Beast is a once per turn effect. If you draw 2 of him, it's useless. So you play only 1 Shadow Beast and 3 Brow. You play 1 advanced draw, not 2 advanced draw, not 3 advanced draw, because it needs a level 8 or higher. You can't use ranks, you can't use anything, except good monsters that you're gonna use for Xyz plays. So advanced draw is not very useful here, unless you end up with an extra level 8. So then you go advanced draw. 2 Allure. Allure is very, very powerful here because literally almost anything is danger, anything is dark, and you can literally banish the Alistairs once you already summon the Mechaba. You can banish the Brows if you have nothing else to banish, and yeah, you can banish Ogopogo, you can banish Mothman, you can banish Chupa, you can banish Nessie. Unfortunately, I think the only dark Kaiju is Raidan. I think he's water. I'm not sure, to be honest. If he is dark, then you can't even play him anyway. He's level 7. So, yeah. Moving on, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, the most broken card in the deck. Because nuke the board. He negates it, you don't care. You can still combo. He doesn't negate it, then you nuke the board, you place Gemesi on the opponent's side of the field, and you give yourself Dogoran, which is a level 8. Or Gadarla, whichever you have available. You give yourself a level 8. Like, how broken is that? This is not fine. And then you proceed to combo, summoning Dingyusu, sending the last Gemesiel, the last monster on the opponent's field, and then you see summon again for Draculubion, go for Numeron Dragon, that's 17,000 attack on Numeron Dragon, attack for game. GG. Okay? Moving on, and also you get an additional plus, you get to search a Kaiju. I don't know about you guys, but searching a Kaiju, which removes anything on the field, any monster on the field except Quintet Magician, okay? This is not fine. Okay? 2 Invocation, not 1, not 3, because 3 is too much. You're gonna start drawing it for opening. You don't want you're chill. You're gonna start opening it. You don't want to open it. You just want to search it with Alistair. The reason you play 2 Invocation is because if you open it, then you're gonna probably discard it with any danger effect, and you don't want to set it because then you're gonna discard other good dangers. So you just discard the Invocation, and if you happen to draw into an Alistair, then you can search the other Invocation. So that's that. Magical Meltdown, the reason you're not playing anymore, the reason you're not playing 2 Alistair, 2 Meltdown, because 2 Meltdown will mean that you have 1 less Dark Monster in the deck to banish for Allure. So that's that. You might as well just play 3 Alistair and get yourself a Link body out. Alistair is the normal summon of the deck anyways, so yeah. 1 Meltdown because it's very powerful, and yeah, that's basically it. 2 Avarice. 2 Avarice, not 1. The reason for this. Avarice is very powerful in this deck because you send almost anything. You send literally half you just dump the entire deck in the grave on turn 1. So Avarice to shuffle back and draw, that's very powerful. And the reason you're not playing only 1 Avarice is because the second Avarice, more often than not, more often than you expect, you will search, you will draw into the second Avarice. And then you will be able to resolve the second Avarice in the same turn. Like, do you know how good this is? Next up, the 3 Traden. You have a lot of level 8 monsters. Just discard any Kaiju you have. It doesn't matter, to be honest. Traden to draw more. That's basically it. The reason I'm not putting a side deck in here is because side decks are based on what your locals is like. If your locals is full of control decks, then you should side for control. Your locals is full of combo, you side against combo. It works like that. This deck is a purely go second deck. You don't go first. But if you do go first, there is still a few things you can do. Like you can side artifacts. So 3 artifact sanctum, 1 artifact side. 3-dimensional barrier. And all those go first cards, you know. So yeah, that's basically it for the main deck. Let's go on to the extra deck. 1 Ogidus, because this is the follow-up for next turn if you kept the Alistair in hand or if you draw a second invocation. And 1 Mechaba. The reason I'm playing 2 Mechaba is because I just said you want only 2 fusions, 1 Mechaba, 1 Ogidus. 1 Dingirsu, because Dingirsu is a very powerful card, protects your card, and sends a card non-targeting from the field to the grave, so that's really good. Zeus, because look at the amount of Xyz in the deck, like that's, you really want to play Zeus. Now, this is something I figured out on my own. You can summon Cypher Dragon using 2 monsters, so count the material. That's 3 material for Cypher Dragon, okay? 3 material. You overlay it for full armor, that's 4 cards over four cards over each other. You activate full armor to detach 1. Now there are 3 cards to pop a card in the field, okay? Then you go for Galaxy Ice Cypher X Dragon, which is this guy. You overlay and then you attack. Then main 2, you go for Zeus. That's 4 materials on Zeus. Like that's very, very powerful, okay? Full armor photon because very, very powerful. Rank 8 gives you an extra material for Zeus and pops a card in the field. So broken. Numeron Dragon, because you have the Glubion, and Numeron Dragon at 9k, minimum 9k, it's very, very powerful. If they leave a 1000 1000 or less attack monster on the field, you can attack it, okay? And if they don't leave a monster on the field, then you can Kaiju for Gameciel and deal as much damage as possible. You'll deal 6800 damage if you attack over it with Numeron Dragon, leaving the opponent with only 1200 life. Next turn they're dead. But if you manage to go into 2 rank 8s, which is usually Dingirsu and the Glubion, then the Numeron Dragon becomes 17,000. Do you know what happens if it's 17,000? It attacks anything and it wins. Number 38 is because it's a go first option, which you go for number 38 and protect yourself from a spell. And the Glubion, because that's how you bring out these guys. Okay, now there's a card called number 92, Heart Earth. This guy. This guy is from Cosmo Blazer. Okay, Cosmo Blazer is a very old set, and the thing with the Heart Earth is its effect reads: during your opponent's end phase, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card, banish all cards your opponent country controls that were normal or special summoned this turn, or were set this turn. So this straight up banishes everything the opponent controls. It can't be destroyed by battle. Damage you take from this card's battles involving this card is inflicted to your opponent instead. Okay, so you can leave this in attack. And what's this last effect? I actually didn't know that this card has a second effect. If this card was destroyed while it has an Exceed material, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. When you do, it gains 1000 attack for every card currently banished. I mean, that's even better. Like, when this card is destroyed, like when they do destroyed by card effects, if they do destroyed by card effects, because you basically give them a 1 turn timer. They either win on that turn or you'll OTK next turn. Simple. So when it does get destroyed, you can special summon it and it gains 1000 attack for every card currently banished. So if you happen to have like 4 or 5 banished cards, slam this bad boy on the field, 5000 attack. Even better for next turn. Like, and it can't be destroyed by battle. Like, if they do attack it and they take the damage, it still doesn't go. And you can still banish their board. Like, that's broken. Now, the problem with this card is that the minimum price is $50. Now, the price is not the issue here. The issue is the fact that no one has it. And if you do have it, by any chance, then you probably already have Sword Soul or like have the best meta deck. It just works that way because no one has this card and isn't a collector. Or isn't some crazy player who wins every locals. No offense, okay? So the second option here you might want to play is Mechaba. So some people don't play Ogidus and instead play 2 Mechaba to like get 2 negates. But for me personally, Ogidus is better because next turn the ability to pop a card is better than the ability to just have a negate in case the opponent activates anything. So just 1 Mechaba is enough. Okay. I was gonna do test hands, but I'm too bored right now. Go test this deck out yourself. Please test this deck out yourself. It's not fine. And the best part is, Kaiju Slumber has been reprinted. Gedarla has been reprinted. Invocation, reprint. Magical Meltdown, reprint. Bigfoot, reprint. Alistair, Gold, reprint. Nessie, reprint. Thunderbird, Ghost from the Past. Like, what better do you need? Allure, Brothers of Legend. You can get every card here for not a very big price. Take the most expensive card in the entire deck, the Glubion and Abyss Goddess. That's it. I'm pretty sure I'm not ignoring anything big, right? Yeah, that's it. Invocation is $9, I think, at the time of recording this. Abyss Goddess was around 25. The Glubion, I think, also 25. So yeah, like the deck is okay. It's a bit pricey, but it's still under $100. Like, what better do you need? Come on. For me personally, my story with this deck, it took me a very long time to assemble everything, because at the start I played Machina. My brother, I always played Sky Strikers in Virtual World, so my brother played Machina, and then he added Dangers to the Machina, and then they became much more consistent. And then he removed Machina and added Kaijus, but not full Kaijus because we don't have Dogorans. So instead we played two Jizukirus, but Jizukiru doesn't work as much. And then he removed the Kaijus. And then he kept the Kaijus and added, like, removed Card Destruction, removed Exodius, and added Alistairs instead. Invoked engine. Like, that's broken. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you next time, I guess. And if my voice was a bit weird today, it's because I have a cold. Nothing big. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time, I guess.